Anderson, age 36, was last seen wearing a black leather jacket and black corduroy pants. She was also wearing wire-rimmed glasses. Corrie is a mother of three from the town of Busty in southwestern North New York State. Hasn't been seen since 1:15 p.m. on October the 28th, 2008. She left from visiting her boyfriend at the Lake County Dodge dealership on Washington Street in Jamestown to go to a meeting with her son's teacher to go over plans for a Halloween party before she was to take him home. Family members reported her missing when she failed to pick up her son from school or go to the meeting. Grocery items found inside her home indicate she had returned there before she vanished. 2 days later, a hunter discovered her blue 2005 Dodge Caravan abandoned in a field about 2 miles from her home. Multiple agencies helped in the search for her, aided by volunteers, ATVs, horses, helicopters, and search dogs. No sign of the missing woman was found. Corrie was in the process of divorcing her second husband, Kenneth Anderson, when she went missing. They had separated approximately 2 years before, after Corrie found out that he'd never legally divorced his previous wife. By the time of her disappearance, Corrie was seeing another man and planned to marry him in 2009. Corrie told her loved ones that Kenneth had abused her, and she took out an order of protection against him. He, after that, put a tracking device on her car, and he was arrested in 2007 for violating that order and was placed on probation. Corrie's fiancé is not a suspect in her disappearance, but Kenneth is considered a person of interest in her case. Police questioned him and searched his home without result. Anderson's purse appeared with her and has not been located. Authorities are interested in finding it. The purse is described as black, 8 inches by 8 inches in size, with a GH Bass & Company logo. State police concluded a search of a wooded area near the New York-Pennsylvania border in relation to Corrie Anderson. Troopers told the media that they had over 50 officers searching an area off Courtright Road in the town of Busty, where Corrie Anderson's vehicle was found when she was missing. State police said that this is an open case and they are not working on specific tips depending on the weather, but trying to rule out tips that they received over the years. Police say that certain times of the year are best to conduct a search. A spokesperson said whatever was collected in the woods during the search would be taken to the lab for testing to see if it relates to the Anderson case. Joe Smith is a senior investigator with the New York State Police based at the Jamestown Barracks, and he's been involved with the missing person since the beginning. He noted that several searches that occurred both near Anderson's home and Wellman Road in the town of Busty and in neighboring Pennsylvania. It stands out because he said he's been involved with it from the beginning. He said it's become very personal. He said with other cases he's either assisted or helped look for the information. He said in 2016 they did a search of close to the house where the van was discovered, and they used canines, a number of people, metal detectors, and the weather cooperated better this time. He said they were able to locate and secure some evidence, and it was recovered with Corrie's keys and shoes. They have evidence from the house and the vehicle, he says. I'm not a DNA specialist, but there was a lot of people in and out of the car, so we have to be able to have the ability to separate the DNA to certain people, he says. Her daughter, who was just shy of her 14th birthday when her mother went missing, says she will never give up hope, but she has come to cope with the fact that her mother may be gone. She says she's put herself at peace and she doesn't want to hurt all over again like when it happened. If we do get answers, that would be absolutely wonderful, she said, but I don't want the answers to be even harder and hurt me worse, she told the media. Carrie's mother, Vicky, has never given up either. She says that she will never be able to rest until she knows what happened to her daughter. I have peace about Corrie, she says, but I really would like to have some answers, said Vicky. Maybe I'll never know, but I will still always look for things that I know, she said, that are still missing. Corrie Anderson's family still pained by the disappearance. It has been Corrie Anderson's seat at the town of the North Harmony home in Chattawauga County when the family got together for their semi-regular meals. After she went missing in the fall of 2008, it was just didn't seem right for anyone to take her spot at the table. Getting together is a big deal, said Vicky. That's big in our family. All of the family always have these dinners, and her chair at the table sat empty for a long time, for birthdays, for holidays. She said now her son sits there. Being the mom, that's always hard, she said. She's one of your babies, no matter how old she is always one of your babies. She says, I think about her all the time. Anderson's sister, Autumn Boardman, feels the same way. When she went missing, I had 2 kids, she said. Now I have 4. That kills me. It bothers me very much that my little girls don't get to know their Aunt Corrie. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her, and there are days that I sit in my vehicle and talk to her. She was my best friend. Boardman says she misses the conversations she had with her sister and is also seeking closure for the family. Being able to just share different things in my life, she said, the good times and the hard times, the person who will never judge you. I guess my biggest thing is closure. I would like to know that, said her mother. I'm to the point that I just don't want there to be closure for all of us. I just want there to be peace. I know whether she's still her someplace or not, she's with the Lord. I have a very strong faith, and that's helped me. Becky appreciates the support the family has received, even among strangers. Even to this day, she runs into people who ask her about her, if there are any new leads, and that maybe something will turn up. I know the community, she said, hasn't forgotten her. It's hard knowing what has happened to her, but we've learned to go on. She hasn't gone far from our thoughts. You just get to a point where you have to move on, she said. Her disappearance is considered suspicious as it's extremely uncharacteristic of her to leave without warning. Her cellular phone has been turned off since she went missing, which is also uncharacteristic of her behavior. Anderson left behind 2 teenage daughters and a young son, and is described as a devoted mother. She worked from home as a medical transcriptionist and a part-time as a technical assistant at the Hultquist Library at Jamestown Community College in 2008. She has been known to visit Pennsylvania, and her case remains unsolved. Many years later, New York State Police investigators continue to comb the case to figure out what happened to the young Southern Tier mom. Corrie Lynn Anderson, a white female, was born on April the 4th, 1972, and is from Jamestown, New York. She is 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed approximately 170 pounds, with chin-length blonde hair and green eyes. Her hair is naturally light brown, and she has double pierced ears. She wears small wire-rimmed glasses, and she has a surgical scar in the center of her abdomen and a surgical scar on her knee. Anyone with information regarding her whereabouts is asked to call the New York State Police Troop A at 716-665-3111 or the New York State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigation at 716-665-3526. And if you'd like to remain anonymous, you can always contact your local Crime Stoppers.